Okay, so now we're back for another technique that is really considered quite powerful in the field of manifestation. So, if you've taken the quantum jumping course, and I suggest you do, because it really gets you in there deep and it puts an amazing sort of matrix or template around manifestation, and it's super cool, fun, and playful. It's fun to share with your friends. So, I really, really hope you do that course. So quantum jumping is the concept that you're actually not creating reality, but all possible realities are already created. And you're just like a time traveler, but you're a timeline traveler moving from timeline to timeline, or parallel reality to reality. Parallel reality to parallel reality. So, for example, um, if you want to experience something, and I don't know, I'm just going to say maybe you want to be famous, okay? I'm just going to put that out there. I know that's not most people's goal, but it's just imagine. Or you may not want to be famous forever and ever, but you would like a short experience of being famous. Maybe that's those people who were one-hit wonders or famous for a day or something like that. They just wanted to play with the concept of fame, but not want all the troubles of it, but just be famous for a day or famous for a short amount of time. So imagine you want to be famous for just a short time to taste what that's all about. So you simply would tune yourself to the vibration of the reality where you're famous. Now, you're not creating fame, you're actually just fine tuning your personal radio station, your personal broadcast, your whole vibration to jump you into a reality where you're already famous. And this is considered the most powerful way to manifest, because if you really, really believe it, you can do it. You can jump into realities knowing that that is already in existence. And the reason it's so powerful is, if I tell you now, I think you could be famous, and you need to work at your fame, and let's be famous, and let's work at it. We're going to get really bogged down into the details of how you can become famous. We're going to make some plans of what you could do to become famous, and we're going to do old school goal setting and action steps and blah blah blah. But I could fast track you into fame if I said, well, know that you're famous already. Like, you're famous in another timeline. And all you have to do is know that it's done, that you exist famous. And if you can now, at this point, know you're already famous, and start recalling and remembering becoming famous and what it's like to be famous and how you got famous, and do all these visualizations that are like the fantasy of how you got there, what it's been like, and just really feel the joy of what it is to be famous. So much that you don't even actually need to be famous, because you're feeling it so deeply and you're embodying it. And like when you go to the grocery store, walk around as you're famous, or when you go out and do things, walk around as you're famous. So the concept is you're going to be holding the vibration of that famous version of you, and knowing that you are already famous, not with the expectation that you will become famous, or the hope or the dream or the want or the desire, because if you do that, then you are the vibration of the lack of fame, wanting to be famous. So if you want to be famous, you simply have to say, it's done, I am famous, and constantly be thinking about your fame and how you got there. Now, that's an extreme example. We could do something more practical, like um, having a particular car that you've always wanted to have, and you imagine that car already exists for you, and you imagine it's in your driveway, and you remember, you create the visualization of how you went and bought it and how you end up getting it, and some of those great drives that you've had through the mountains, and how that felt, and having a car full of friends and in that car, and be talking about that car, and every time you pull in somewhere, everyone looks at your car, and you always feel and know that you are the person with that car. You're creating a reality over reality. You're overlaying your reality with another reality and believing in it. And of course, you know what I'm talking about, because you did this as a kid. When you were a kid, in any given moment, if I asked you to do this, you'd be like, yeah, okay. You wouldn't ask any, no, you wouldn't even say, yeah, okay. You would just be, you would do it. You would do it, and you wouldn't even acknowledge that there was a possibility not to do it. And it's like we've lost that ability to do magic. How, I don't really know. If we were to educate in a whole new modern way, we would be cultivating that all the time, and we would never have to have these conversations as adults, because this would just be the way you live your life. So, yeah. So what I'm asking you now is, this is your last moment to think of not being the person who has that dream. Because if you're going to do this, then the next moment and the next few moments, you're going to step into that person who's already achieved that, and know that you've done it, and constantly be reflecting on it as if it's in the past. And when you walk around or do anything you do, you take on the role of the person who has that experience in their life. And when you talk to your friends, when you answer the phone, you are talking as the person who has that in your life. And if you don't want to start lying to them and telling them that you've got this Lamborghini in your driveway and you actually don't, or you could have friends that are going to play the game with you, and you can be talking to them about your Lamborghini, and they'll think it's hysterical, and maybe it'll encourage them to do it too. But so this is a combination of knowing you've done it, it exists, visualizing it, thinking about it, talking about it as if it exists, walking around it as if it exists. But then the next part of it is a bit of work. It's method acting. It is constantly playing the role of that person and staying in character to the point, why do you even need that experience to happen? Because what's going to be the difference with that experience actually really happening in your life and the constant feeling it is? And that's where you are wanting to get to. Like, why deal with fame if you can just pretend to be famous all the time? You don't have to deal with paparazzi chasing you. And if you love the idea of paparazzi chasing you, you imagine the paparazzi standing outside your door. I'm pointing to my door, I'm imagining the paparazzi just out my door, and I don't know how I'm going to get out there. So, hey, so I'm doing it. That's good. Yeah, I'm already imagining. I mean, I didn't have any intentions of being famous, but I guess if I did, I would be talking like, oh, hi guys, yeah, I'm talking to you, but I got the paparazzi outside. Wouldn't that be funny if if we just started lying to each other all the time, living our delusional reality? So yeah, yeah. So this is hysterical and fun, and it is play, and this is the way we played as kids. So just welcome back to your childhood. That's what this game's all about. Have fun and let me know how it's going, and contact me on my WhatsApp 1-727-219-8023. Contact me on my WhatsApp, and from that be like, hi, yeah, I got my Lamborghini and it's in the driveway, or yeah, I'm famous. I mean, you contact me in that role. I won't know if you're telling the truth or not the truth, and it won't matter. If you want to sort of give me a clue, you could just say, yeah, you told me to contact you and tell you about my life in which it's done. And so here it is. So if you want to give me a clue that you're working on this chapter, then you can. But it's going to be great fun for all of us, and totally hysterical, as it should be. Have fun playing.